Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Sunday. Big NFL slate today, guys. So be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action. You guys want to hop in my premium private Discord? Links in the description below. Coming off a big win yesterday. If you want to get access to my NFL teasers, hop in there today. Go big on the teasers every week. So I'd love to have you guys in there for my NFL plays. And also, guys, go ahead and sign up with FanDuel and DraftKings in the link below. They got great promos, especially DraftKings. They have a risk-free same-game parlays every day for any sport. NFL is the best sport to do same-game parlays. And they got parlay insurance. Place a four-legger. If one leg loses, you get your money back. So they got some great friendly deals for signing up. So I'd love to have you guys in on the action. Sign in the link below. And yeah, we'll hop in it. Big NFL slate today. A lot of close matchups. Starting with the Carolina Panthers versus the New Orleans Saints. Saints opening up as a 6-point home favorite with the over-under at 38.5. Carolina coming into this matchup 1-11. The Saints 5-7. Head-to-head, the Saints 6-4 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. As far as injuries go, don't see any crazy injuries. I know Derek Carr is probable. Looks like he's good to go. We know he's been dealing with some injuries here. Carolina on a 5-game losing streak right now, coming off a Tampa Bay loss. Look, their last 6 games, they have not put up 20-plus points. It's been all 18 points and lower, which is just not going to win very many football games. Saints on a 3-game losing streak, coming off a tough Detroit loss. Carolina 0-7 on the road, 0-8 against the NFC. I just don't have much confidence in this Carolina team. If you look at the numbers, Saints haven't been good either. They've been 1-6 covering the spread. So looking at the numbers aren't going to help you out a bit here, but I just don't have much confidence in this Carolina team. They really do struggle to score many points. I know Saints have been struggling, but they got a good enough offense and defense to beat this Panthers team. Give me Saints -6 and money line at home. Next matchup, we got the Detroit Lions versus the Chicago Bears. Detroit opening up as a 3-point road favorite with the over-under at 43. Detroit coming into this matchup 9-3. The Bears 4-8. Head-to-head, Chicago 6-4 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. Detroit coming off a Saints win. They're 4-1 in their last 5 right now. They just played Chicago 3 games ago, beating them 31-26. Remember, that game was a thriller. Chicago looked like they had that game won, and then Detroit came back. Chicago had that bad turnover, and Detroit ended up winning. Chicago coming off a Minnesota win 12-10. Don't see any crazy injuries here. Detroit is 8-2 in their last 10. I mean, they're playing great. 6-1 covering on the road. 4-2 covering against the Bears. Bears 2-10 at home. They just cannot win at home here. I expect another good game, and this was a great game last time. I'm just going to roll with Detroit here. Give me Detroit -2.5 and money line on the road. We'll take the better team in this matchup. Next matchup, we got the Houston Texans versus the New York Jets. Texans opening up as a 3.5-point road favorite with the over-under at 33. Texans coming into this matchup 7-5. The Jets 4-8. Head-to-head, the Jets 6-3 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. Houston coming off a Denver win 22-17. Jets, they're on a 5-game losing streak coming off an Atlanta loss. I mean, look at the numbers they've put up. 8, 13, 6, 12, 6. 13 points has been the highest they've scored in over a month. That's just not going to win any football games in this league. Houston playing great. 4-1 in their last 5. Yeah, CJ Stroud playing well. They're 6-2 covering on the road. I do believe Zach Wilson is back starting again. Not much of a upgrade, really. We've seen how bad he's been. Yeah, I just don't have any confidence in this Jets team. Defense will keep them in it for sure, but offensively, I just don't know if they're going to be able to put up many points. Gonna buy a point, though. Give me Texans -2.5 and money line on the road. Next matchup, we got the Indianapolis Colts versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals opening up as a 2.5-point home favorite with the over-under at 44.5. Colts coming into this matchup 7-5. Bengals 6-6. Head-to-head, the Colts 6-4 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. Don't see any major injuries here. Obviously the Colts missing Jonathan Taylor. Colts are hot right now. They're on a little 4-game winning streak, playing pretty well. Bengals coming off that insane Monday night win against the Jags, 34-31. Browning having a career day. I mean, man, seeing what Browning did and what that offense did gives I'd say it gives hopes to Bengals fans that maybe they can potentially, make a little playoff push here without Joe Burrow. It was a big win for Cincinnati. Colts are playing well, though. They're putting up points. 3 out of their last 4, they're putting up 27-31 plus points here. Cincinnati put up 34 last game, which is the highest they've put up in over like a month. So Colts 5-1 covering the spread, 5-1 on the road where they've been very good here. I'm gonna buy a point. This is gonna be I think it's gonna be a good game here. Give me Colts plus 3.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Cleveland Browns. Browns opening up as a 2.5-point home favorite with the over-under at 34. Jags coming into this matchup 8-4. The Browns 7-5. Head-to-head, Jacksonville 2-1 in the last 3 head-to-head meetings. As far as quarterback injuries, as I'm recording, Trevor Lawrence is questionable. Remember, he had that bad injury. We're gonna see if he plays. I don't know. But if he somehow doesn't, CJ Beathard will be quarterback. Yeah, Jags coming off that tough Bengals loss. When Trevor Lawrence got hurt, that's when Bengals made that run. So yeah, we'll see if he's good to go. Cleveland on a 2-game losing streak, coming off a Rams loss. Joe Flacco didn't look horrible in his debut. They were able to put up points, which is something they haven't done. They put up more points last game than they did the prior 2 games, 12 and 13 points. I'll keep this one simple here. Jags have been good. If you look at the numbers, they're 9-0 covering on the road, 6-2 on the road against Cleveland. If Trevor Lawrence plays, I'm going to have to buy a point. Give me Jags plus 3.5, because I'm assuming if he plays, he's going to be tough, bad on the pain, and he'll be good to go. But with CJ Beathard, I just don't think he's going to do well against this Browns defense. They're going to eat him alive. If Trevor Lawrence plays, he's going to give the Jags a good fighting chance. You might see this line move a point or so, but until then, we're going to take Jags plus 3.5. Just monitor. If Trevor Lawrence is out, we're going to roll with the Browns. Next matchup, we got the Los Angeles Rams versus the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens opening up as a 7.5-point home favorite with the over-under at 39.5. Rams coming into this matchup 6-6. The Ravens 9-3. Head-to-head, Baltimore 5-3 in the last 8 head-to-head meetings. Don't see any major injuries here. Rams quietly on a little 3-game winning streak. They're actually playing pretty well right now. Last 2 games, putting up 36 and 37 points. Baltimore on a 2-game winning streak, coming off a Chargers win. They're actually coming off their bye week, so coming off some rest, which is good. Rams are 1-4 against Baltimore. 0-4-1 covering against Baltimore. They have not been good against Baltimore here. 2-4 on the road against Baltimore. Yeah, I like the Ravens at home. They're just playing well. It's a very sneaky line. Very sneaky line. I don't hate the Rams plus 7.5. I really don't. I think that's a beautiful line. I think Rams are sneaky today, but I'm going to buy that point. I just think it's going to be tough for them to win on the road. Ravens coming off some rest. Give me Ravens minus 6.5 and money line in this one. All right, next matchup, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons opening up as a 1-point home favorite with the over-under at 41. Bucks coming into this matchup 5-7. Atlanta 6-6. Head-to-head, Tampa Bay 6-4 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. Don't see any crazy injuries. Tampa Bay is missing a couple starting defenders. Same with Atlanta, though. Tampa Bay coming off a Carolina win, 21-18. Remember, they played earlier in the season. Atlanta winning 16-13. Atlanta on a 2-game winning streak, coming off a Jets win, 13-8 here. Tampa Bay is 5-2 against Atlanta, 5-1 covering on the road here. Yeah, it was a 3-point game last time. I kind of expect a similar thing. I see this pretty evenly matched, and I think I'm going to take a shot with the Bucks +1 and money line on the road. I think they're a good and sneaky underdog today. Next matchup, we got the Minnesota Vikings versus the Las Vegas Raiders. Vikings opening up as a 3-point road favorite with the over-under at 40. Vikings coming into this matchup 6-6. The Raiders 5-7. Head-to-head, Minnesota 4-3 in the last 7 head-to-head meetings. I was seeing things how they were potentially going to make a quarterback change and not start Josh Dobbs, but I don't see any info on that. And it looks like Minnesota getting Justin Jefferson back today. That's going to be a huge addition for the Minnesota offense. Minnesota on a 2-game losing streak, coming off that tough Chicago loss, 10-12. Vegas on a 2-game losing streak, coming off a Kansas City loss. They've just had a tough 2 games against the Chiefs and the Dolphins here, but they got a good matchup with Minnesota here. Yeah, Vegas 5-2 at home against Minnesota. Yeah, I just look at this matchup. I see good value with the Raiders at home. Sneaky underdog, coming off 2 games where they played. They're coming off 2 games where they played the Chiefs in Miami. They played Chiefs in Miami very hard. They lost in the end to the Chiefs, but they were giving Chiefs a good run in that first half, and then Miami lost by a touchdown. They played them very hard. So, yeah, I'm going to take a shot by a half a point. Give me Raiders +3.5 at home. Next matchup, we got the Seattle Seahawks versus the San Francisco 49ers. Niners opening up as a 13.5-point home favorite with the over-under at 46.5. Seattle coming into this matchup 6-6. The 49ers 9-3. Head-to-head, San Francisco 3-0. 3-0 covering the spread in those meetings. Don't see any crazy injuries here. Seattle on a 3-game losing streak, coming off a tough Dallas loss. Remember, these teams just played each other 2 games ago. San Francisco winning 31-13. San Francisco, they're hot. Coming off that 42-19 against the Eagles on a 4-game winning streak. They're on fire right now. They looked offensively, defensively, they looked dominant. Seattle 1-4 covering against the Niners. 1-4 straight up against the Niners here. Yeah, San Francisco 12-1 at home. They beat them by about 20-something last game. I just think it's going to be that same kind of thing. It's going to be a tough game for Seattle. It's a high spread. Could they potentially cover? Yeah, but they're not beating the Niners on the road. But as far as points go, I just don't want to trust the points with Seattle because I just don't think they're going to be able to stop the Niners. So I'll take a shot with the Niners -13.5 and money line at home. Next matchup, got a big one here. We got the Buffalo Bills versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs opening up as a 1.5-point home favorite with the over-under at 48.5. Bills coming into this matchup 6-6. The Chiefs 8-4. Head-to-head, Chiefs 6-4 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. Don't see any major injuries. Actually, I lied. Kansas City, no Isaiah Pacheco, no Donovan Smith, one of their best tackles, no Drew Tranquill, one of their linebackers, and missing their safety Brian Cook. So and missing a receiver, Justin Ross. So they're actually missing a lot of people today. Pacheco is definitely going to hurt because he's having such a great season. Buffalo coming off that 3-point Philly loss. They're actually coming off their bye week. Kansas City coming off a Green Bay loss here. Tough stretch for Kansas City. You know, they're been loss, win, loss, win, loss for them. They haven't really built up a little win streak. Buffalo, we know they're coming off some brutal games here. Their last 4 games have been by a touchdown or less. Actually, gosh, almost every game has been a touchdown or less for them, except for their first few wins of the season here. Yeah, not in love with the injuries for the Chiefs, who already don't have many weapons on the team. Give me the Bills plus 1.5 on the road. I think they're a great underdog today. I think Bills can get back on track here. Give me Bills in this matchup. Next matchup, we got the Denver Broncos versus the Los Angeles Chargers. Chargers opening up as a 2.5-point home favorite with the over-under at 43.5. Denver coming into this matchup 6-6. The Chargers 5-7. Head-to-head, Denver 6-4 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. See, as far as injuries go, don't see any crazy injuries. Denver coming off that 5-point Houston loss, ruining their 5-game winning streak they were on. Chargers coming off a 6-0 win against the Patriots. Offensively, the last 2 games, scoring 6 and 10 points is just not going to get it done here. Chargers and Denver always play pretty good games, I'd say. And yeah, Chargers, it's tough because personally, guys, I am a Chargers fan in real life. They're my team. They're the hardest games to watch. Like, Chargers have so much talent, and it's just the coaching, the decision making is just so bad for this team. I mean, they got elite offensive players and skill positions, and they just find a way to lose games here. I mean, couldn't even score on the Patriots last week. Is crazy. Denver 13-6 against the Chargers. I just know how these games go. I'm going to buy a point. Give me Denver plus 3.5 on the road. In the last matchup for the day, we got a monster matchup. We got the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas opening up as a 3.5-point home favorite with the over-under at 51.5. Eagles coming into this matchup 10-2. The Cowboys 9-3. Head-to-head, Dallas 6-4 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. Don't see any major injuries here. Philly coming off that bad San Francisco loss 42-19. Remember, these teams did play a few games ago. Philly winning 28-23. But since then, Dallas, they've been on a 4-game winning streak. I mean, they're playing great. I mean, the numbers are putting up 41, 45, 33, 49. I mean, they can score, playing good D as well. Philly 0-5 covering on the road against Dallas here. Dallas 14-0 at home. Yeah, from what we saw from the Eagles got exposed last week. And we kind of found out who they really are. And they're just going to struggle against the great teams. I know they beat Dallas before. But I would say Dallas is a better team in this last month since they last played. I'm going to buy a point. I just love the way the Cowboys are playing. Give me Dallas minus 2.5 and money line at home here. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Sunday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Monday. Have a good one.